Greetings, good people, greetings. Wendy Williams update somewhat. So apparently there is a video that was intended to remain unreleased circulating online. The US Sun has gotten this video and Wendy Williams appears to stumble over her words. It's a promo video, okay? This just pretty much further proves that the people that are around her do not mean well, right? So before I play the video real quick, the US Sun can exclusively reveal the strange clip that was allegedly submitted by Wendy's team for use as a promo for the Women's Expo event, which the 59-year-old star ultimately backed out of attending at the last minute. Okay? According to the sources familiar with the situation, Wendy's team sent the Expo the bizarre video of the star who claimed to still be married to her ex-husband, Kevin Hunter. All right. Now, you guys know that her divorce was finalized back in 2019. And this video was supposedly filmed in May of this year. So, with her saying that she's still married to her husband, her ex husband, Kevin Hunter, you know things are not well, okay? She was clearly reading from a notebook. I guess they wrote some things down for her to say. She was basically supposed to make this appearance at a women's expo. She was paid $25,000 at the last minute. She had to withdraw the offer, okay? And then she checked into a rehab facility, okay? So let's take a quick look at this video. This is sad. Like to see it and hear it. Here we go.
Hi, it's me, Wendy Williams, but my real name is Wendy Hunter. I'm married to a hunter. Anyway, Wendy Williams, I'm going to be at the Women's Empowerment Expo. It's going to be Saturday, May 20th. Please be there. It's very important. I've got so much. They told me it would only take like 20 minutes. Please, let me tell you something, girls. It's going to take an hour. I've got so much stuff to talk to you about, okay? So I'll see you there. Bye.
Now, as you can see, Wendy Williams does not look nor does she sound well, okay? That's very hard to watch, especially being someone who is a huge supporter, fan, whatever you want to call it, of Wendy Williams. It's kind of sad, growing up listening to her on the radio, watching her transition to TV, and seeing her just like a shell of her former self. It's difficult to see. So, continuing on in the article, one insider added that her team submitted this video to be used and they insisted that she was fine. So her team is still pushing Wendy to work. They're still trying to convince the public and whoever is willing to work with Wendy Williams that she is fine when it's evident that she is not. The article continues that the expo told them that the video was unusable and push back on it. Okay, this is a video supposed to be promoting a women's expo event, and how can you use this? How can you, especially with her saying that she's a hunter and she's married to a hunter? This is a women's expo. You know how many people have stuck up for Wendy Williams during her divorce? Even now, people still can't stand Kevin Hunter. So for her to say that she's still married and this is just a mess. So they said that she seemed completely disoriented. Everyone who saw the video, aside from Wendy's team, believed that she didn't look well enough to do this kind of major speaking engagement. But her team just kept saying that she was fine. When they sent the video of her claiming to be married to a hunter, they expected it to be used. This is what the representation for the event is saying to the US Sun. This is the statements that they're giving. They're shocked, they're baffled that Wendy Williams' team thinks that this is a usable video for promotion for, again, a woman's expo. They clearly weren't protecting her. This is what the representation for the event is saying, referring to Wendy Williams' team. They clearly weren't protecting her in any way because she looked terrible. She looked completely out of it, okay? According to the source, the Expo team pushed back in part because they believe that a video of Wendy claiming to still be married to her ex, Kevin, would really upset people, especially the Women's Expo audience who are all about women's empowerment. Okay. Now, as far as the event is concerned, ahead of the event, multiple sources had confirmed that Wendy had pulled out of the speaking engagement, which she was supposedly paid $25,000 for at the last minute. Wonder what happened to that money. You know, her team is pushing for her to do this event. She was paid up front for the event. They probably got their greedy little hands on that money, and then she was whisked off to rehab. At the time, there were discussions amongst her team about if she would ultimately be well enough to take the stage, according to insiders. However, in the weeks before the event, Wendy was hospitalized. There have been questions about if Wendy was well enough to do it, and there was pushing by some to get her to Atlanta and put her on that stage. Wendy's ability to perform has been rocky at best. She can put together a sentence one day, but not the next. This is what one insider close to Wendy told the U.S. Sun at the time. There have been serious questions recently about if she will ever get better. 2 weeks before the event, Wendy was hospitalized, sources had claimed at the time. She was brought into the hospital in mid-May, then released, only to be brought back that same day, one person close to Wendy had alleged. Wendy first went into the hospital about 2 weeks ago. She was released briefly last weekend, and she went right back in. This is what they said. Now, according to sources, Wendy, who has publicly professed that she is an alcoholic, had subsequently checked into a rehab facility following this most recent health crisis, although it is unknown if she remained there. So once again, another story is hitting the press that Wendy Williams' team, whoever the heck that is, don't give two bleeps about her. They're pushing for her to take speaking engagements. She's being paid for these engagements, and I wonder what is happening to the money. Now, I know that she was at the WBLS. I don't remember the name of the event. I did post a video of her segment at the event. I thought that the host, she did very well. Wendy Williams seemed okay, but because I'm accustomed to her being a certain way, being her quote unquote self, it did seem off to me and not off to others. If you're new here, I love Wendy Williams. I have been a fan of Wendy Williams since radio days. I'm a Jersey girl just like Wendy Williams, so I grew up listening to Wendy on the radio. Okay, she was my first introduction to a shock jock. Not necessarily Howard Stern, because I don't really care for Howard Stern, but she's the first shock jock I could say that held my attention. So again, having seen her go from radio, all the scandal that she was involved in, the drama, the mess, her style of delivering gossip, transitioning to television, and now seeing her in this state as she gets older and her life is just completely in shambles, it's a little bit difficult to digest still. Okay, I'll never get used to seeing Wendy this way. And yeah, it really sucks that she has some crappy, greedy, money hungry people around her. And also, there's always a source that's willing to talk to the press. Now, this video was supposed to remain unreleased, but somehow it made its hands to the Sun, and they're reporting on it, and I'm talking about it. So all I can do is continue to wish Wendy Williams the best. I've talked about Wendy Williams a lot on this channel. My very first video that I recorded and uploaded on this channel in 2019 was actually about Wendy Williams. So it's just sad. The only thing that we can do is pray. I know some people are going to have mean words to say, serves her right, this is her karma, yada, yada. She's still a human, deserving of grace, in my opinion. You can do with that whatever you want. But drop down in the comments and share your thoughts, y'all. Talk to you later.